never a cap, out of the draft, watching me bow. As soon as I snap, hit of the pad, walk for the...
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Dallas Cowboys. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Looking to throw on second down. Lofton, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
It did tell us they wanted to establish a ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 29. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was Jaron Reed who got him down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 12-yard line.
From the gun, Lofton. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Alton Robinson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up fourth. Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit.
32-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. His first carry. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Johnson. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
4th down.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Yards. That's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd down.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Cowboys 3, Seahawks 0.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. From the gun, Johnson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the right hash, this from 33. Myers' kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right? I
think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
1 yard gain.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And quickly to the outside, that's caught by Lamb.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
At the Seahawks' 36-yard line.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Lofton.
Open man, Lamb. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Here's Johnson. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Can almost see inside his face mask there, the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And the Seahawks first down.
So first and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Johnson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Johnson. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And Myers able to knock it through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had nowhere to go. Here he lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
A final shot before break. Blocked it. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Set to kick off.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there, and that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Well, that was something to behold there. You might expect runs like that from a kick returner or wide receiver, but that's your quarterback hitting top speed.
And anyone who gets concerned when they see a quarterback running with the football, you just let him be himself. Let him be him. And I guess what you'd say there is hard to hit when you can't catch.
And his top speed, as computed by next-gen stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the 3rd quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession. The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And the Cowboys here on third down, bringing in an extra defensive back. From the gun, Johnson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And it's up and good to make the score 13-3.
Makes the score Seahawks 13, Cowboys 3. Michael.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
To throw on second down, Lofton. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They run the option here on first and 10. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
2nd and 6. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Cowboys take over first and 10.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete.
Try to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the first.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
First down. Hines. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
And it's 3rd down.
Here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now it's Carson. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Johnson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Lofton. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win. No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And a short gain down to about the 33. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Out to his left. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. First down, Carson, and able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains. That was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
56, Mike.
From the gun on 3rd down. Lofton
Left side to Lamb. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 more there and another first down.
First down. First and 10 at the...
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a first and 10 as they search for a late score. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Throwing again on second and 10. Lofton flushed out right. His throw incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target. And that'll make it third down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to go down. Back across midfield, he's sacked at the 46. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. On first down, Carson. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. And they take a knee. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the Seahawks, a final win here means they'll finish off the regular season at a solid 13-3. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they wanted desperately to finish at 500, but that won't happen, as it'll be a 7-9 season in the end. And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.